Hey, what's up guys, Aaron here. So this video is a follow-up to one I did 2 days ago about why we want the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum to go up in value so we Celsius creditors get a higher percent of our claim back. So I'm going to go into a lot in this video. Hopefully it is totally clear by the end of this video. And before I continue, I just want to thank you guys for using the services and the companies that sponsor my videos. Also, some of you guys have been sending me donations. I really appreciate it. Using the sponsored links and also obviously sending me donations really helps me. So I just want to start out with that. So before I go into all the slides that I've prepared, it's important to remember that we have our claim, which is locked in US dollars. I can't even type. Locked in USD. So this is not going to change. Your claim is not going to change. This is the petition price. This is when Bitcoin was around 19,880. So whatever happens to the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum does not affect your claim. The claim was in the voting ballot. Basically, you multiply the amount of coins you have in your Celsius account by the petition day pricing. And I'll include that link for you guys below. I've talked about this quite a bit. Basically, they took a snapshot of every single crypto that Celsius had, and you have to multiply how many coins you have by that petition day pricing, and that'll equal your claim. So I'm not going to go any further into what is a claim. I've talked about that a lot, and again, that was inside the ballot when you voted. So now I want to explain to you what Celsius has in their estate, because this will go into why the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum will affect how much money we get back. And this is very important. So this is the last coin report, or the last time that we got something from the court showing how many coins that we have, or that Celsius has. So this came out mid-August, and this is for as of July 28th, 2023. Now, this is the latest one that I could find. These are coins in Celsius's possession. So the big ones to note are Ethereum right here, where there are $1.6 billion worth of Ethereum, and then this line, Bitcoin, where there is $1.1 billion worth of Bitcoin. Now, again, these were per the prices at July 28th or so. So I don't think the prices have moved that much since then. So these numbers should still be accurate here. And you can see that Celsius has a lot of different altcoins as well. Now, why are they still holding some altcoins? Well, it is for custody accounts, because people that had money in their custody account within their Celsius wallet, those guys are getting their coins out in kind, meaning if somebody held a Polkadot or a DOT, they're going to be able to withdraw their DOT directly from their wallets. So that's why Celsius is still holding on to some altcoins, because it is primarily for in-kind withdrawals from custody accounts. People that had a custody account already withdrew 36.25%, or most people did earlier this year, and they will receive another 36.25% either by the end of the year or when the plan is confirmed. So whichever one happens first. Now, I do not think that Celsius is holding on to a lot of cash, like US dollars in a bank account. I don't believe they're holding on to much, if any, or maybe enough for a couple months of expenses. So therefore, most of Celsius's estate, and the estate is what will fund the new company, which I'll get to in just a moment, and also the estate is what they will pay us out of when we get our crypto back. That's right here. So we have around $3.2 million worth of coins right here per the latest coin report. So this is a little bit of review, but I will make this video a complete video. This is from the disclosure statement based on the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum on May 31st. So on May 31st is how we got this approximate 36.4% crypto distribution. Now again, this 36.4 is a percentage of your claim amount, not how much Bitcoin you hold in your Celsius account. That doesn't matter anymore. We are only looking at it as a percentage of your claim amount, unless you are in the convenience class, which we'll get to in just a moment, and also custody, and those people are just getting their coins back in kind. So basically, these percentages, how much percent we are getting back in US dollars, is dependent on the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum. So next I want to talk about just the fees to get out of this Chapter 11 process, and why a higher Bitcoin and Ethereum price is beneficial for you getting a higher percentage back of your claim. So we have fixed costs. So fixed costs are ones that are not moving regarding the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And these are locked in US dollars. So for example, we have plan administration fees of $50 million, distribution fees, $18 million. The oversight committee we are funding with $13 million, mining capitalization, $50 million, the litigation trust, $50 million, professional fees, $50 million, operating expenses, $76 million. Now, why this is important is that if the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum go up, that means that the estate has more money in terms of US dollars because the estate is holding mostly Bitcoin and Ethereum. Hopefully that makes sense. If Bitcoin and ETH go up in US dollar value, let's say Bitcoin goes to $40,000, the total value of the estate goes up in terms of US dollars. So that means that this $300 or so million of expenses will take less crypto, less Bitcoin in order to fund, because we will need to sell Bitcoin and Ethereum in order to pay these fees, in order to pay the litigation trust of $50 million. And also what I couldn't find in the slides here, but Simon had on his video, is this massive $450 million of NewCo that we are going to be funding. So when it comes to these US dollar fixed costs, we want the price of Bitcoin to go up. We want the price of Ethereum to go up because then they don't need to sell as many Bitcoin and as many ETH in order to come up with $450 million. So that leaves more Bitcoin and ETH in the estate. And whatever is left in the estate is coming back to us. So once they pay all of these fixed costs, including admin claims of $100 million, we have convenience claims of $241 million. So this is going to be the convenience class. We have custody claims, again, $158 million. And we have a little bit for withhold, about $2 million. So these are all, again, fixed in US dollar. I guess not custody claims. Those are in kind. But convenience class, that is a fixed US dollar amount because they are getting 70% of their claim amount. So if you had a $5,000 claim, you're going to get $3,500. That $3,500 is not going to change. So Celsius has estimated that they have $241 million to pay to those who had a convenience class claim. I hope this is all making sense, guys. I know it's a little bit much if this is the first time you're hearing this, but basically, we have an estate that holds mostly Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm just going to keep recapping this because it's helpful. We have an estate that is holding mostly Bitcoin and Ethereum. And if the price in US dollars of that Bitcoin and Ethereum goes up, then the estate is worth more money in terms of US dollars. Then we need to subtract all of the fixed costs, like the emergence cost, the litigation trust, the $450 million in NewCo, $242 million in convenience class, $200 or so million of custody and withhold, $70 million of admin claims, and then some of the other ones like operating expenses, professional fees, like the other ones that I talked about here. So we have to subtract those because these are being paid in US dollars. And sorry if I'm a broken record right now. Just want to get this point across to you guys. So ultimately, just kind of winding this video up, we want the price of Bitcoin to go up. We want the price of Ethereum to go up. We don't want them to go past around $55,000 per Bitcoin. That is the kind of estimated amount that smarter people than myself put together in terms of when we would be 100% paid out for our claim. So that's a whole nother video, a whole nother topic. Hopefully that doesn't happen. And I know that Simon Dixon has talked about that. And that's not anything that really people want unless you just held stablecoins, because then you do want 100% of your claim value. But basically, a lot of us could get rug pulled if the price of Bitcoin goes like to $60,000, $70,000. We would get that full USD dollar claim amount, which again, I've talked about in many videos, but it was in your voting packet how much that would be. But that is based on US dollars. That's not based on how many coins you had. And I found this on Twitter. It was shared by Crypto YOLO. So he put this together, and this kind of gives an estimate of what happens if the price of crypto goes down 10% from the May 31st price, or if the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum go up 10%, or if the price goes down 30%. So basically, if the price goes down 10%, we could maybe lose 6% on our actual recovery percentage. If the price goes up 10%, so maybe that would be like a $30,000 or $31,000 Bitcoin, maybe $32,000 Bitcoin, then we could maybe increase our recovery percentage 6% to like 43%. Again, these are all estimates. If the price of Bitcoin tanks down 30%, so maybe the price goes down to, I don't know, $21,000, $22,000 a Bitcoin or so, then our percent recovery would be less in terms of US dollars. We'd get around 20% or so. So why this is really difficult is because we have our USD petition claim, which is locked. That is locked. It's not going to change. I don't care what's going to happen. It's not going to change. That is in US dollars. It doesn't move. So we have that. That doesn't move. That is locked in place. But then we have the moving price of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And that'll determine, again, for the millionth time, sorry guys, that'll determine the percentage we get back of our claim, but will be paid in Bitcoin and Ethereum. So how we're going to get this recovery back is in crypto, but the percentage of our claim that crypto is worth in terms of US dollars will fluctuate. Very confusing, I know. Sorry about that. But hopefully this video helped a little bit. There are some moving parts, and then there are some parts of this equation that do not move, like our claim amount. So let me finish the video just going over some questions that people had on my video. Someone said if the price goes to 55,000, meaning Bitcoin, so we receive the full dollar value of our crypto back, meaning our claim, do we still receive the company equity? So the risk, and this is just my opinion, the risk is that we wouldn't. Basically, the whole point of this NewCo is for creditors, meaning yourself, to get a higher return than just liquidating everything. Because remember, in the disclosure statement, they needed to say, or they needed to prove that the NewCo plan, the plan that included this mining company, the illiquid investments, the entire NewCo plan where we're going to get equity from it, right? We're going to get stock. They needed to prove that that was going to give us creditors a higher percent return than just liquidating everything. So I say here, if we're made 100% whole on our claim, then in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, the entire NewCo would not be necessary, because why would you need a NewCo if we're technically made 100% whole? Now, I know it sucks that crypto bankruptcies don't keep our claims in the coins we had. That is a whole nother topic, which is a total disaster and a total mess and a total lack of updating their regulations, because this emergent class of crypto bankruptcies is new. Well, hopefully there won't be many more crypto bankruptcies, but if there are, I would hope that they do not dollarize our claims, which is a total disaster in and of itself. Then somebody asked, the convenience class is getting 70% back in crypto. And just to clarify that, they are getting back 70% of their claim paid back in crypto. So this person says, does this mean, for example, if you had 0.1 Bitcoin, you would get back 0.07 back in Bitcoin, i.e., it's not affected if the price goes up or down. Is this correct? And I said, that is incorrect. They, meaning those in the convenience class who had a claim of $5,000 or less, they get back 70% of their US dollar claim, which will be paid to them in a mix of Bitcoin and Ethereum. So he's kind of right here, where if the price of Bitcoin goes up or down, it does not affect how much you will be getting back in terms of US dollars. So those in the convenience class with $5,000 or less, if the price of Bitcoin drops to $20,000, you're still going to get back 70% of your claim amount. In that case, you would just get back actually more coins, because the price per coin in US dollars is much less. So it would take more coins to match that 70% of your US dollar claim. Moving on, somebody asked, is there a projected timeline that the assets will be made available? So this is a little bit of a different topic. Ultimately, we're looking ideally end of this year, but probably, unfortunately, Q1 of next year. I mentioned government agencies stepping in last minute, complications with the FTX bankruptcy. So that is an entirely different bag of worms, where basically Celsius had a loan from FTX, and then FTX could claw back that money from Celsius. That would be a ridiculous thing, but it could happen. So really we meaning the UCC and the debtors and everybody in this bankruptcy, we need to get out of this bankruptcy as quickly as possible. And there have been so many objections to the plan and so many pro se creditors voicing in about different topics. And at the end of the day, we do need to just get out of this Chapter 11, because we don't want complications with FTX to rear their ugly freaking head. We want to get out of this, have the plan confirmed, have it signed off on by the SEC and the U.S. trustee, because I believe if that were to happen, then it's not going to change and they can't come after you later, at least I think. So Mega Spaceman Spliff actually summarized a lot of these answers very, very well. They said your claim is calculated and dollarized off the $19,000 price of Bitcoin at the time that Celsius declared bankruptcy. Your payout of the claim is based on the price at the time of the distribution, or basically when they calculate exactly the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum, which is 15 days before what they call the effective date. This is because as the market price changes, so does the value of the estate. And that is absolutely true. Going back to the slide right here, we can see that the estate is comprised mostly of Bitcoin and Ethereum. If the estate goes up, it means that the value of the estate is worth more in US dollars. And unfortunately, our claims are based in US dollars. So there is a correlation between how much we get back based on our claim and the value of the estate. So hopefully that makes sense. And finally, somebody says, your voice is so soothing to the ears, I can go to sleep even if you are not making sense. Thanks for the videos. So guys, I will end the video there. If crypto dies and I need to become an ASMR YouTube specialist, then that is my fate, and I will accept my fate with open arms. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but as you can tell, my voice is soothing. At least that's what this person says. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Till next time, talk with you soon, and bye for now.